Let's talk about something a lot of us feel but maybe don't have a name for: under-earning. You know that feeling, that persistent, kind of frustrating gap between how hard you work and what you actually see in your bank account? So in this explainer, we're going to dig into why that happens and, more importantly, what you can actually do to flip the script.
I mean, does this question hit close to home? Because it's a feeling that so many talented, hardworking people have. You're doing all the right things, you're putting in the hours, but when it comes to your finances, it feels like you're just spinning your wheels. If you're nodding along right now, you are in the right place.
So, what are we really talking about when we say under-earning? It's really important to get this. This is not about being lazy or not having ambition. In fact, it often hits the hardest workers. It's this recurring pattern of earning less than you could be, even though you totally have the skills and the chances to make more.
So, how does this actually show up in real life? Well, the signs can be kind of sneaky. You might have a really high tolerance for low pay, or maybe you find yourself giving away your time and skills for free. It can also look like financial stress, living paycheck to paycheck even with a decent salary, or avoiding that conversation about a raise. These are all little red flags that something deeper is going on.
All right, so to really get a handle on this, we can't just talk about strategies like how to ask for more money. We've got to go deeper. We have to look under the hood at the psychology that's driving our behavior with money in the first place.
And here's something that is absolutely crucial to understand. Our relationship with money, we usually don't choose it consciously. It gets built from what some experts call money scripts. These are subconscious beliefs we just soak up when we're kids. Like if you grew up hearing stuff like, money is dirty, or rich people are greedy, you might have this little program running in the background that makes you feel guilty for even wanting to earn more.
And those money scripts, well, they usually push us into one of two camps. On the left, you've got the scarcity mindset. This one's all about fear, the feeling that there's just never enough to go around. But on the right, you have the abundance mindset, which is way more optimistic. It's this belief that there are plenty of opportunities and that you absolutely deserve to do well. Honestly, the whole journey of overcoming under-earning is about making that conscious shift from the left side of this slide to the right.
So how do you actually make that shift? Well, it all starts with spotting those specific, limiting beliefs that are holding you back. You know, that little voice in your head that says, I don't deserve it, or it's just greedy to want more. Just recognizing these thoughts for what they are is the first and honestly the most important step to breaking free from them. And really, it all boils down to the powerful idea in this quote. The inner work you do to build up your own self-worth is directly connected to your ability to build your net worth out in the real world. You have to believe, really believe, you're worthy of more before you can go out and actually get it. Okay, so once you start working on that internal mindset, you have to pair it with real, concrete action. Think of it this way. Your mindset is the engine, but strategic action is the steering wheel that actually gets you where you want to go. So let's get into what that looks like.
Okay, so this is your game plan, right here. 4 simple, powerful steps. First, you've got to do your homework, know your market value cold. Then, it's about actively upgrading your skills to make yourself even more valuable. And then comes the big one. You've got to confidently negotiate for what you're worth. And finally, you tie it all together by setting super clear goals so you know exactly what you're aiming for. This is the roadmap. And when it comes to setting those goals, this framework is a total game changer. Because let's be honest, a vague goal like, I want to earn more money, is just too fuzzy. It's easy to give up on. But the SMART framework makes you get specific. It turns a wish into an actual plan. Is it specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and is it time-bound? That's how you make things happen.
And hey, for all you entrepreneurs and freelancers out there, this one is huge. You have to protect your time by being crystal clear right from the beginning. Define exactly what you're going to do for the price you set. This is how you stop scope creep. You know that thing where a project just keeps getting bigger and bigger, but the paycheck doesn't? Okay, here's another huge strategy. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Relying on just one paycheck can make you feel pretty vulnerable, right? But by building multiple streams of income, maybe through some freelance work, a side hustle, or even passive investments, you create a financial safety net. And you open up totally new ways to boost your overall earnings. Now let's talk about something that's so important but often gets overlooked. You do not have to do this alone. In fact, you'll be way more successful if you don't. Building a solid support system around you is frankly non-negotiable. So, who should be in your corner? Well, think about it like building your own personal board of directors. You want mentors who are already where you want to be. Maybe a coach to keep you on track. You could even work with a financial therapist to unpack some of those deeper money issues. The point is, the people you surround yourself with make a huge difference. And this quote right here just nails why your network is such a game changer. When you're around people who have a healthy, ambitious relationship with money, it just starts to feel normal. It literally expands your idea of what's possible for yourself.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. We've talked about the mindset behind under-earning, we've laid out a real action plan, and we've talked about why your support system is so important. Now, let's bring it all home and talk about the most important thing of all, your very first step.
If you take away just one thing, please let it be this. Overcoming under-earning is not about some single heroic moment. Real, lasting change happens when you combine the inner work on your beliefs with consistent, practical actions. It's the 1-2 punch. One fuels the other, and that's where the magic is.
So, I'm going to leave you with a challenge, a question to really think about. What is the one uncomfortable conversation you could have this week that might just unlock your next level of earning? Maybe it's with your boss, maybe it's with a new client, or maybe it's just a conversation with yourself. Give that some thought. Thanks for digging into this with me.